MSB here, and today I'm going to show you the deck that I've been using over the last couple of weeks to grind out the Ranked Constructed Ladder. Now, I started the Ranked Constructed Ladder just a couple of weeks ago in the Silver Division. I know, it's horrible, but with the international move and getting settled here, I just didn't have a lot of time to put into Ranked Constructed. But now, I've actually managed to get all the way up to Platinum 2. And here's the deck that I used. 4 Howling Brave, 4 Arcane Focus, 4 Carnasaurus, 4 Brown Fox Scout, 2 Cyclone Shapers, 4 Lanupaw Sight, 4 Artisanal Cheesesmythes, 4 Rune Hierophants with the Spellshield and Rhinocerous gems, 2 Crocosaur, 4 Arborean Rootfathers with the Quick and Buffing gems, 10 Wild Shards, 7 Sapphire Shards, 4 Shards of Instinct, and 3 Howling Plains Bluegrass. For the reserves, we've got 3 Turbulence, 3 Nature's Rains, 3 Countermagic, 4 Succulent Cluckodon, and 2 Mass Polymorph Dingler, with Feather Drifting to make whatever we want fly, and to start with a meaty 22 health. Now, I've found this deck to have very favorable matchups against the Yotul and Bombus decks, as well as some of the life gain decks and other wild decks that are out in the meta currently. Now that the deck is ready, let's go ahead and take it for a spin. Okay, against the ever-present Yotul. If you can't be the Yotul deck, yeah, that's it. You can't be in the meta, that's for sure. This deck actually runs 4 main deck Carnasauruses. Not only for fights like this, but I mean, you look at the number of 1 attack troops. Ugh. Well, it's got a Brown Fox Scout for some surprise, and it's got a heck of card draw. Well, what's he doing? 6? If he goes down to 5, I'm keeping this hand. Okay, down to 6. Ugh. Is this worth keeping? Okay, it's got resources, it's got draw. I mean, I could pull so much worse. I've got to keep this. I'm not thrilled, but at least good. Shard of Hate. That's nice. It's got a Brown Fox Scout, which I can leave open for Whirling Brutalizer on turn 3. Or I should say his turn 3. So, decent, just not thrilling. I sideboard out these Lanupaws when I go against something that's super fast. Okay, let's go ahead and give this my Sapphire. One of the other things I really like about this deck is the sleeves and the champion power give you a little, just a tiny bit. I mean, people probably know that you're playing Wild Sapphire, but at that point, you kind of obfuscate just slightly what your deck does. And so they may choose wrong on the initial mulligan, which I really like. They may think that I'm a flying deck or something. I don't know, but it's gives you that extra edge. Hey, every edge is a good edge, right? Absolutely. Ghostblade Duelist. That's obviously one of the reasons why the Carnasaurus is in. So basically all of the main meta decks. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to save my Brown Fox for Whirling Brutalizer. If he plays Whirling Brutalizer next turn, I'll give him a big surprise. But most of the main decks, most of the main meta decks have some kind of small troop, 1 or 2 defense troop that you want to eat with Carnasaurus, and then the health gain is never bad. So the meta definitely has shifted, in my opinion, to main deck 4 Carnasauruses. You've just got, there's just too much. Ooh, that's decent. Blood Infusion, okay. I'm going to, double Blood Infusion. Okay, so I'm absolutely going to drop my Brown Fox Scout this turn, and then we get a Carnasaurus and eat. Because he is, I'm going to have my Carnasaurus for defense. I'll swing in with Brown Fox. I mean, he can't play. Let's see here. I'm going to this, and I'm going to nom 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 nom. Here it goes. Yes, I want to activate. Nom 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 nom. Give me your Duelist. Give it to me. I want to eat it. Thank you. And then I'll swing in with Brown Fox Scout because he can't. With 2 resources, he can't play a Whirling Brutalizer and a direct damage spell, so it's fine. If he goes to 3 and then waits, that'll be a weak play for for rush attack, and I'll be happy to just start trading with him. Well, not happy, but you know what I mean. Lanupaw Sight, obviously. Unless I draw something that's actually useful. Like a Hierophant or something. That'd be nice. Let's see what he does here. He could have kept a low resource hand. He could have kept a 2 ruby hand with some blood infusion devices and just thought, well, hey, no big deal. I will absolutely pull another resource, and maybe not. I mean, I pulled through Lanupaw Sights, so okay, that's fine. Crackling Bolt. Absolutely. Please, yes, do that. That might mean that he has another removal for my Carnasaurus next turn. Arborean. That's pretty good. Let's double Sapphire, and we will continue to comment. And swing. Do the damage. And then Lanupaw Sight. Boink. And then it'll probably be Arborean Rootfather, Lanupaw's if I draw garbage. You know, if I just flood out, let's say. But we'll see. Does he draw a third resource? Doesn't look like it! You know, it's funny. The mulliganing in this metagame is so important. You know, the hands that you choose are ridiculously important. You know, first, making card choices. That's fine. First, making card choices like this. You know, I kept a hand which was pretty good. Had some draw, was slower. Obviously, if he drew fast, maybe it could have blown me out. Yep, there we go. Okay. And let's see what we draw for my free card. Howling Brave. Do I care about a Howling Brave? Not really. So I will continue to combat Carnasaurus. And just the fact that I put 4 Carnasauruses in my main deck. You know, if I didn't, then that Ghostblade Duelist, that could have been a good keep. You know, he could have done damage and, you know, probably just kept whittling me down. Let's see here. This draws a card, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That's a good point. Okay, I'm going to Lanupaw again, and then I'm going to Howling Brave. And draw a card instead of the Arborean Rootfather. There we go. And now that has draw a card. My Cheesesmythe. Cheesesmythes normally I actually take out in this matchup in favor of Cluckodons. You'll see that when I get to the sideboard, but this... Oh, another duelist. He's dueling banjos. I could Arborean Rootfather next turn. Okay, well, I'm just going to swing an Arborean. You know, forget all this other junk. 6, 7, yep. Continue to combat. This will put me extremely far ahead of the race. He's not going to block this, because he doesn't know that I've got a big fat whammy ready for him. And this will make him scared of my deck. You normally don't want to reveal too many tricks if you're pretty much going to win, but I want to reveal this specifically because I may actually take out my Arborean Rootfathers. So I want to scare him with this to be like, hey, just so you know, as a combat trick, I can give stuff an 8/8. Nope, that's fine. That's fine. Target troop you control. And now he just knows that he's stared down the barrel of an 8/8. Yep, it's to put fear into them, so that way if they're looking at a block and I've got a ton of resources, they have to think about what they're going to do. So if I ended up with a long game, that was where I just had resources in hand or something, or Lanupaw Sights, I could bluff, and he may have to be concerned about the Arborean Rootfather. That's interesting. That means he's going to be taking the 8, I suppose. I guess that's what that means. Oh my gosh, when I play this draw card, let's draw some cards. Do it. Drawing cards. Drawing cards. And a few more in the bank. Yep, throw out that resource. And 4, 5. Just so he can't block this, I'm gonna send it in the air. Again, I'm showing him some extra tricks. but that's okay. Yep, there we go. You want to conceal as much information as you possibly can. But since I changed my deck so much when I'm playing against a Yotul. What am I going to take out here? Carnasaurus are great. I think I'm going to take out the Lanupaw sites. Crocosaur is generally too slow, so I'll just take out the Crocosaurs. I will leave in the Arborean Rootfathers. I didn't see any Nightmares. I've got the Turbulence in for Nightmares and Vampires. Do I take out Arborean Rootfathers for Countermagics? I do like Countermagics because if you can stabilize a board, you stop any nonsense. You stop their big, okay, here comes my 11 damage push. You're just like, no, I'm just going to counter it. Since I haven't seen enough of his deck to know what he's doing other than the standard Yotul stuff, I'll just leave the one counter in there. I won't pull the Artisanal Cheesesmythes just yet. If this goes game 3, I'll probably pull the Cheesesmythes, at least a couple of them. Because there's always that, Searing Tendrils. Game 3, when you're on the play, then you can counter a Searing Tendrils, and that's really good. Or an Empowered Searing Tendrils if it goes super long. So let's see what we get. And the reason why Feather Drifting is because it's permanent flight, unlike Boris. Boris is 21 health and temporary flight. I would much prefer. This is it has a Rune here, it has a Nature's Reigns, and it has a Succulent, so sure, let's do this. We will likely Shard of Instinct for Wild, and then start playing things. Obviously, if I get a Howling Brave, I'll do that. Okay, it's kept in his Ghostblade Duelist. Well, he doesn't know I have Succulent Cluckodons, but yeah, that'll do some damage to me. My hope is that we pull a Howling Brave here. That'd be great. Nope. So we've got the resources now to play a Succulent on turn 4, Rune turn 3. If he plays out a Infusion Device, then I'll Nature Reigns it. Nature Reigns is in there for Infusion Devices and for the 5-color chant decks. Because those get really annoying. Okay, doubt he'll play, Arena Brawler. A regular, I mean. That might mean that he will have a Infusion Device to play out, and that's great, because Nature Reigns is a quick action. So, it's fine. He can play a resource and play that. That'll be okay. Ugh. Well, let's Sapphire. I mean, like I said, I'm in a tenuous situation, so my hope is that he spends a resource. My hope is that he doesn't have a Whirling Brutalizer. My hope is that he charge powers and then throws out an Infusion Device. Charge power. Throw out an Infusion Device. No, that is tragic. This is going to be rough. Because that means that he's got a Whirling Brutalizer. Here it is. Go ahead. No? Oh my gosh, he doesn't have it. Oh, I'm so thrilled right now. I am so thrilled right now. You have no idea. I can't believe he used up a charge for that. Well, maybe he's going to do it in his second main. He'll throw out the Infusion Device. Anything? Okay, Ebony Pawn. That's fine. I will absolutely Nature's Reigns that. He'll get a point of damage off it, which is fine. Yep. And I will Nature's Reigns it. Point still goes, or 2 points goes through, but at least it's gone. That one absolutely got to get rid of. Yep. Resolve. Take the 2. That's okay. And then next turn, do I cheese? No, I Rune. So it's Wild, then Rune, because at least, he may threaten. I may actually trade. If he swings in with his Arena Regular, or if he throws out a Whirling Brutalizer, I may actually trade. But at least this gives me the threat on the board. A threat on the board. And it's spell shielded, so he can't mess with it. Let's see. If he whirling brutalizers, I may trade. I may. Okay, good. No resource. That's fantastic. If he arena regulars, no, that's fine. I will take that 2 damage for sure. I will absolutely take that 2. Yes, pow. All good. Yep. Oh, another arena regular. Another arena regular. Well, I'll heal 4 here. Okay. Yep. I will absolutely send him over the top. Accept. And to combat. And to swing. Yep, that's fine. I wasn't gonna be able to stop with the Cluckodon. I wasn't gonna be able to stop that 1 point of damage. There is no chance. But now I will heal 4. Eat that Ghost Blade, because he would have exhausted in response to the Cluckodon or the Cluckodon's ability. So I was going to hit with that 1 point no matter what. But at least now I've got my Rune flying. He doesn't have enough for Electro Fry with Champion Power, if that's what he was going to do. That's his next sort of out. Obviously, any resources are going to do damage to me. So next turn, I may take 4 or more. Okay, doubles, so that means he's got a Searing Tendrils. Searing Tendrils is up for the Rhinocerous. What else? What else could he do? It's close. I mean, I'm racing well. Of course. I'm going to leave a lot of blockers. Combat? Okay. That's legit. Basically, I'm only swinging in with my Rune because 12 life with double regulars out. Ugh. And I'm just flooding like crazy. With the Artisanal Cheesesmythe, do I swing with the Rhino 2? Yes, I swing with the Rhino 2. Because that'll do 7 damage, and that will be pretty good. Okay. So that's nice, Brown Fox Scout. That's going to be a nice little surprise. Sometimes I miss that. Sometimes I miss the Brown Fox Scout on the top of my deck. I'm just not used. It's, you know, this is the first deck that I've played with Brown Fox Scouts. So luckily I am not thoroughly tunnel visioned. But this is pretty solid. He may be able to do 12 to me. You never know with Yotul. Yep. Down to 8. Oh yeah, double Crackling Bolt and I'm dead. Or single Crackling Bolt and a Burning Tendrils. Yeah, he's got lots of outs. Okay, 6. Looking good. Still dead to something? 3? Does he have another burn? Dead to burn. Is he slow playing me? Let's play this. Yep, slow playing me. Oh, what a chump. That's fine. Okay, so we've seen a little bit more. What are we going to do about this? Let's Countermagic. I don't want the Cheesesmythes. They're too much of a liability. They need to stay on board too long. I'm going to do Crocosaurs and Countermagics, focusing mostly on the defense and the healing aspects here. So still no Nightmares that I saw. Let's save that, because now, like I said, we want the Countermagics in on the play, because assuming we have the thresholds for it, then that can stop nonsense. Can stop a lot of nonsense. You can counter a Whirling Brutalizer, you can counter Searing Tendrils. There's lots of good stuff that you can do with counter on the play. I'm not thrilled with the Arborean Rootfathers per se, but, you know, if turn 2, if you need to find the answer or a resource, they're good. Let's see. Yeah, go first. Brown Fox Scout. Okay. Yeah. This looks great. We'll keep. One more resource and I get a Crocosaur. I got some surprise Brown Fox Scouting that I can do. Got a Howling Brave. If I pull a turn 2 Hierophant into my hand, then that's a turn 2 Hierophant. Doesn't have any healing, but oh well. Yeah, this is a racing hand. This here be a racing hand, son. Let's see. Okay. Not a slow start. Didn't start with a non-temporary resource. Okay. Carnasaurus. That's fantastic. Okay, so I'll do this for Sapphire. Yep. And sure, I'll do a damage. Attack. This also means that I should be able to live to Crocosaur. He has a lot of troop-based things. Unless he took out the duelists this time. I don't know. But if this is a arena regular, I'm eating it. Yeah, I'm eating it. I'm eating it, and I'm throwing out the Brown Fox Scout at his end turn. End phase. Boom. Brown Fox. Surprise. I'm doing 4 damage to you. Or do I Brown Fox Scout? Oh no, I will absolutely Arcane Focus. Or do I Brown Fox Scout? You know what? I'm racing him. So I'm going to Carnasaurus. Eat that arena regular. Yes. Yum, 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 yum. And then resolve. And then continue. And throw my Brown Fox Scout at him. So he's down to 15. And then I'll save my Howling Brave to bring out my Brown Fox Scout at his next end step. Or block a Whirling Brutalizer. If he throws a Whirling Brutalizer this turn, then absolutely I'll Brown Fox Scout and block it. Let's see. Does he have a resource? That's step 1. Did you keep another 2 resource hand? Opponent? Oh, there's an irregular. Okay. Yeah, he kept another 2 resource hand. Oh no, there it goes. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Everything is fine. Second. End phase. You always want to give your opponent the least amount of time to react to something. That's absolutely without a doubt. The less time you give them to react, because now it hops right to my turn. Ooh, that's really good. I'm very big on the psychology of competitive games, mostly because I was a big fighting game player like in arcades and stuff, Street Fighter. Oh, that's great. I'll take that. So, I have that background where there's a lot of psychological warfare. You know, you psych people out with hand gestures. There's a lot of psychological elements to it. So anyway, the less phases you give him to think about something, and the more misinformation you can give them with like your deck sleeves and your champion, that is good. Believe me, because game 1 matters. If you win game 1, you've got 2 games to try and win a second. If you lose game 1, you got a lot of problems. What's he got? Okay, another resource, taken 2. Is he still going to try and race me? Whirling Brutalizer? What I'll do, actually, is I would Brown Fox Scout... Okay. That's okay. What's he doing? See, these are pulling all sorts of defensive abilities from him. I hope he has another troop. I hope he has another troop. It'd be great if he plays out like... Well, no, he wouldn't have another arena regular. But if he did like a Nightmare right now, that'd be perfectly fine. Nope. A crackling ball. To my face. Lots of damage. Yep. Well, that's fine. Yep. No, you thought it was going to be 1, but haha! Now it's 2. I just broke my own rule. I didn't wait until his end phase to throw out the Brown Fox Scout. See, these are the things. These are things. These are important things, and I'm messing it up. Okay, so let's go. Swing and swing and swing. Attack. Yep, that's great. Happy to trade. Now the only question is, I'm not going to play this Howling Brave. I know this is slow playing it, but with nothing on the board, I feel pretty comfortable about not playing out the Howling Brave. Okay, have any pawn. That's fine. Okay, add a Darkspire. That's also fine. He's got plenty of activations. Would I just play the Crocosaur now on this turn? That's a good question. Ugh. Yes. The reason why... what can he do here? Okay, so I'm going to play this out. And I'm also going to play out the Howling Brave. Because I don't want him to have a shot at at bringing another Priestess back. And I want to have lethal on the board. And if he doesn't kill the Crocosaur next turn, which would require multiple cards, then I can make it fly. So, am I slow playing this? Yes, I am. But that's because I've got 13 health. I'm pretty good right now. If he swings one with this Darkspire, I may block it with a Howling Brave. He can't empower a Burning Tendrils. So I think this is the right play. I mean, he could cleave into Burn. No, he's already used up 2 of his Crackling Bolts, so that's unlikely. It's going to be hard for him to deal with this Crocosaur. So we'll see what he's got. He absolutely could have a cleave, and he could hit me and my Brown Fox and the Howling Brave. But I'm just going to make this Crocosaur fly next turn. So unless he brings out an infusion device. Yep. Take 2 damage. Take 2 damage. I don't want to take 4 on the coin flip. I don't want to take 4. I mean, he could still have me killed here. He could have 3 burns in hand, and I'd be dead. I'm hoping at least one of those is a resource. If one of those is a resource, then I think I'm okay. I just couldn't... I didn't want to deal with that. Okay, good. Perfect. We're safe. We're safe. End phase. Make my Crocosaur fly. Magic staff, make my monster grow! Continued combat. Big Crocosaur, in your face, flying Crocosaurs! Red Bull Crocosaurs. Nice, excellent. Well, you can tell Yotul decks can be difficult to stop, but with the main deck options that this deck has, you've got a lot of good chances to just get through that first Yotul match and then sideboard in a lot of great options. Wonderful. So if you're looking to pull yourself out of elo hell or just grind some extra gold or packs, this is a wonderful way to get back on track, especially now that the Ranked Constructed Ladder Season 1 is going to be ending on the 31st of August. As I mentioned, once you hit Platinum, you're going to be fighting things like Rutherford Banks with its infinite Infinitrixes, and this deck does have answers to that, but can struggle. The good news, however, is, of course, with Mr. Red Eyes Edgelord here, all of the Yotul decks normally aren't a problem either first game or after sideboard. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please take the time to subscribe. And, as always, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.